What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the all-new 2021 Toyota Sienna. Huge shout out and thank you to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing this new vehicle for today's video. Check out the link to their website in the description below. They have a huge selection of all the brand new 2021 Toyotas ready to go. And the model that we're looking at today is the 7-passenger XLE, finished off in midnight black metal and has an MSRP at $41,500. For 2021, all of the Toyota Siennas are actually hybrid models. They utilize a 2.5-liter inline 4-cylinder engine, of course with a hybrid drivetrain. It pumps out 245 net horsepower, and running off an 18-gallon tank, you're looking at 36 miles per gallon both in the city and on the highway, and this utilizes gas modes as well as EV modes. And this particular spec is a front-wheel drive model with a curb weight around 4,700 pounds. The overall length is 203.7 inches with a wheelbase at 120.5. The width is 78.5 with an overall height at 68.5 inches. And then we have ground clearance at 6.3 inches. Taking a look at the styling of the all-new 2021 Toyota Sienna, the front end has a very futuristic design. You can see the large lower grille with 4 parking sensors integrated into that. There's a lower chin spoiler finished off in black to give this an aggressive design, and we have LED fog lights on the farthest sides. You get a Toyota logo right in the center with blue accents to indicate this is a hybrid vehicle, and then there's more chrome trim going from that Toyota logo all the way up and above the headlights to really give this that cool design. There's triple beam LED headlights with more chrome trim and black accents to make this look more aggressive, and the front bumper flows really nicely with a lot of sharp body lines and flows together to the hood, which also has sharp body lines on the farthest sides to give the new Sienna a wide appearance. And then making our way to the side profile, this features a set of 17-inch wheels finished off in a metallic silver. You can see a lot of sculpture to the side profile with a prominent line running through the center of these doors. It runs all the way to the rear taillights right underneath the chrome trim on the door handles. You can also see a very bold body line above the rear wheels, going from the underside of the taillights, wrapping around the rear fenders, and then blending its way into the lower portion of the doors. We have a hybrid logo up front with an aggressive portion of the side skirt, and then body-colored mirror caps with chrome trim running around the entire window line of the vehicle. We also have a sunroof up top and some roof rails. And then taking a look at the overall side profile, the 2021 Sienna is very proportional, has nice designs all around, and the sculpture is very unique for a minivan. And then as we make our way to the back, you can see an integrated spoiler on the top portion of the rear glass with black trim on the sides and the wiper blade right in the center. We have more body molding in the rear end of this liftgate, and then blacked out portions on the top portion of these LED taillights. They flow very nicely to the new design with the Sienna. There's more sharp body lines all in the rear end with Sienna blacked out. We have the standard backup camera right in the center, 4 parking sensors on the rear bumper with your XLE Hybrid badge over on the right side, and a sharp body line underneath these taillights to really give this a wide appearance from the back. So there's a good look at the exterior of the all-new 2021 Toyota Sienna. Comment down below, what do you guys think of the styling? I think there's a lot of really cool exaggerated lines to make this thing stand out comparing it to other minivans in the segment. So now to check out the interior, we have the really cool key fob with a lot of different functions. Going ahead and keeping the vehicle locked and keeping the key fob in my pocket. All you have to do is grab the door handle, it automatically unlocks, and we can check out the interior. This particular spec has a gray leather interior with a wood color accent to it as well. If we go ahead and take a look at the door panel, we have a lighter gray up top and then the darker gray down low with contrast stitching. We have a grab handle right here, and then this really cool dark brown wood color trim, all of your window controls, lock and unlock, and your mirror controls, and an aluminum colored release handle. There's a little bit of storage in the door as well as lower storage with cup holders. And then as you make our way inside, you can see the gray leather along the seats, all of your power controls on this left side, really nice bolsters as you make our way up top, and a cool texture in the center of the seats, and then more stitching along the headrest. And then flipping around to the steering wheel, it's wrapped in black leather, and we also have silver accents. And then now inside, keeping my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and start it up. The engine isn't necessarily going to start up every single time, because the electronics will just turn on with the battery pack for the hybrid system. We have a power meter and eco meter on the left. The engine actually just fired up now that we're sitting. We also have the speedometer over on the right side. And then right in the center, we have a lot of different information for the lane keeping assist, the front collision, blind spot alert, and parking sensors. You can also control that screen with these buttons over here. If I continue to scroll down, you can see all the different safety settings. It'll go down to another screen. And then going left and right, you can see messages within the vehicle. You can go under more information for your trip, the hybrid system, the tire PSI as well. And then we have audio on the left. Continuing over, we have your forward collision lane keeping, and then more information like that. Really cool to see everything for this vehicle. Along the steering wheel, we have Bluetooth and audio controls on this left side, and then more of the safety settings on the right side with cruise control. And then we have your turn signal, stock, and headlights on the left, and then all of your wiper controls over on the right side. And then to the left of the steering wheel, we have a traction control button, as well as your automatic high beams, your fuel release button, and your power doors off button. And then moving above all that, we have a little bit of storage, and then one of the air vents with silver trim, black going on the entire dash. And then you can see the silver trim going to the right side of the dash as well. Moving our way in the center now, we have this really nice LCD touchscreen display. You can see the engine and battery system, how everything is working right now. I really like how it shows the entire electronic system. We have a home button we can tap to go to that main menu. You can configure this with 3 different icons. We have a menu button as well with different apps. You can go into your audio as well as your map, and then even in here you can go under climate and see a lot of information. Then we have audio controls over on the right side, as well as the apps button and phone. And then below the screen we have your LCD display for all the climate controls. I really like all these toggles. You can toggle this up and down for the differences in temperature, which is a really nice feature. And same with your fan speed. You have rear zone climate control, all the different icons down here, as well as your heated seats. We get 2 air vents in the centerpiece as well, and then some of this nice trim all along it with a little bit of a divider for more storage. Moving our way to the center, you can see this really cool brown accent color. We have 2 cup holders, a spot that could be used for a cell phone, and then your shifter right here, finished off with a black leather shift boot. If we go ahead and put the vehicle into reverse, the backup camera automatically comes up. You even have guidelines on it as well. And then going back into park, we have all your gears on the left side, your drive mode and EV mode, as well as a brake hold and electronic park and brake. If we tap EV mode now, it'll actually go into the full electric drive mode, which is really cool. We'll test that out later in the video. And then for drive mode, you go up for a sport mode and then down into an eco mode, and the center one is your normal mode. We also have a little bit more storage right in the center. Opening this up, it's actually 2 more cup holders as well. And then tapping this button right here, this center opens up, and we have a ton of storage space in here. As you can see, we have some USB ports in it as well. Then we can go ahead and close that up. We have 2 armrests on each side as well for the driver and passenger, which is really cool to see. And we have some USB ports in this back side. And then moving our way to the glove box, you can see this cool leather design with more stitching. And then opening this up, we have a lot of space in here as you would expect. And then closing that, we can get a really good look at the new interior for the Sienna. Really nice colors all around. I think it's laid out very user friendly. I definitely like this brown color. And then beneath the entire center console, we actually have a ton of storage space in here. You can definitely fit many different items. So I really like how Toyota has maximized space for the Sienna. And then up top, we have the sunroof with all the controls right in front of that, as well as your buttons to open up the electronic tailgate and rear side doors. Moving on now to the second row seat, you can open up these doors using the key fob or grabbing the door handle, or of course those buttons on the ceiling. Another really cool feature actually, and you can see this image on the side glass, there's actually a sensor in this lower side skirt. If I place my foot under here, these side doors are actually going to automatically open up. And with the door opened up now, we can get a really good view at this second row. We have captain's chairs back here with armrests on each side. You have the same gray leather, as well as a really cool texture and design in the centers. You can also get a really good look at the door panel on the opposite side with your window switch, as well as a cup holder in the lower portion, and then a release handle and speaker. And then we also have storage on the back side of these front seats on the left and the right side. You can see those USB ports, as well as 2 cup holders down below. All right, so stepping into the back of the Toyota Sienna, I have the driver's seat set to my height, and I'm 5'11". I'll go ahead and just grab this door handle. It'll automatically close up the door, as you can see. Really cool feature to have. So then with these seats, we have a lot of different controls. If I pull this one lever, we can recline really far back. And then there's a front lever as well that I can lift up and slide it way far forward, which is crazy how far forward this goes, or all the way back. And with it all the way back, I literally have like 3 feet of legroom. I can't even touch the seat in front of me. That is incredible, the amount of space here. So needless to say, plenty of legroom and footroom, and you can really get comfortable in the back of this car. You could go on a really long road trip, no issues. We even have manual sunshades which come up. Really cool to see that. And then of course the window switch. And then taking a look in the back here, we have the third row seat. If I go ahead and walk into the back, the captain's chairs make that much easier. So sitting in this center row right here, of course we have endless footroom, being that we have these two seats. And then with this seat at a reasonable level and recline, if I go ahead and slide over to the side seat, you still have plenty of space here. My feet and knees are fitting very nicely behind the seat, a few inches of knee room and foot room. You have a cup holder on this left side, and then a really good headroom overall. You have a few inches up there, nice window here, definitely a lot of amenities, and I think you can comfortably fit 7 people in this vehicle, no issue. And then either grabbing the door handle or just pressing this button right here, you can automatically open up these side doors. And then to take a look at the rear cargo area, there is an electronic button right beneath one of the ends. Automatically open up the rear liftgate and reveals all the storage space we have in the back of the Sienna. This goes all the way to the underside of the vehicle. This is over a foot in depth, definitely a ton of space, extremely usable. And these back seats actually have a lot of different configurations. You can grab the main handle right in the center of these seats, and that'll lift them up and fold them into the cargo area back here, so you have a nice flat floor for extra storage. This third row is reclinable, which is really nice to have for passengers in the rear. You can pull these straps on the left and right side to recline the seats. And then with the second row up and out of the way, you can see just how much storage space we have in the back of the Sienna. All right, so we are now in the 2021 Toyota Sienna. Starting it up, again, it starts up pretty much like an EV car. There's nothing that makes any noise. We are in EV mode. I'll just put it into drive. So if you're in EV mode and driving very comfortably and not hitting the gas too much, we're perfectly in electric mode right now. We're driving an electric car as far as I can tell. I haven't really been in a hybrid much. Now that I hit the gas pedal too much, I think the engine has fired up. So now let's kind of get our bearings as to what it's like to drive the new Sienna. And I'm gonna hop in the back seat and see what it's like to be back there. But overall in the parking lot, it seems very maneuverable. This is a big vehicle. Minivans are not exactly the shortest things out there, but hitting some bumps, suspension absorbs those speed bumps very nicely. But it seems like a vehicle you can maneuver around pretty well. Parking's not too hard as well. And then as far as visibility goes, you have a lot of glass in this. A huge windshield, huge glass on each side. Looking over my right side, I have the third row headrest folded down. So you have a really good view over your left and right shoulder. So we'll put it into sport mode. We'll just get it to speed a little bit and feel it out. So right now the tach, I guess, is in the power area. It gets up to speed, no big deal. That was about 45 miles an hour, so not too bad at all. If I put us down into just the normal mode, I can feel that throttle response is a little bit less now, so it's a little bit more conservative. And then down into eco mode, this is when it really does its best work to try to be as efficient as possible. Throttle response is much less. I have to really give some gas to hit the power. But just cruising now, it goes all the way down to the charge. If you do hit the brakes, it does the regenerative charging and charges up a little bit for the battery. And I really like how this display actually shows you how everything is working for the hybrid system. It's showing that the battery and the motor is powering the wheels right now. So it's pretty cool to have a hybrid minivan. I think that is a good segment to be in for this type of vehicle, and they're only offered in a hybrid actually, which is kind of crazy. But I think for people buying this, of course they're racking on miles, they're driving it a lot, and that's exactly what it should be. It should be good on gas. So we'll hit the EV mode once again, and now we're back into electric mode. As long as I don't hit the gas pedal too much, there's no noise whatsoever. I'm in an electric minivan as far as anybody can tell. So we'll see how quickly we can get up to speed in electric mode. I'm gonna try not to have it. All right, so the engine turned back on. I don't think you can really drive too well real world driving in EV mode. I think I went over a speed limit for it to allow me to do that. But as far as driving in this vehicle, it's very comfortable and quiet and very smooth. I don't really see any complaints. Using the screen, I like how close it is to me. I think it's really easy to press all the buttons and operate while driving. You don't really have to take your eyes off the road or search around for a lot of buttons. So I think that's a really good design. And then all the buttons on the steering wheel for the safety settings, you know, lane keeping, all that kind of thing, you can easily turn on and off. And it's nice to have all those safety features in a vehicle like this. All right, guys, so we are now in the back seat of the Toyota Sienna. I'm gonna see what it's like sitting back here. As you saw earlier, this seat is so configurable. It reclines, slides forwards and back, so it's really comfortable being in the back here. So if I recline it all the way, and then even grabbing the front handle and pushing my way all the way into the third row now, you have so much comfort here. You could definitely go on a long family road trip or whatever you need back here. Definitely comfortable. And then pull myself back to a normal position and then reclining it back to normal as well. I think in the back here it's very comfortable. You know, you're buying this minivan because you have kids. You're gonna be hauling the kids and their friends, probably your dog, and a whole bunch of other items in this vehicle. And I think it's definitely very roomy. Again, 5'11", sitting very comfortably back here with a ton of configurations. And of course, having climate control vents and things like that is a nice touch. So then now in the third row of the Sienna, as we're driving around on the streets, just like in the second row, plenty comfort back here. I don't really see any issues. And again, you can recline these seats, which is really nice. If I just pull this handle right here, I can easily recline way back here, and I have a headrest as well. But as far as a family vehicle goes, I think the 2021 Sienna can really do what you need it to do. Great for the family, great for storage, very comfortable, and the EV system being a hybrid is really cool to have for a vehicle like this. But I think that is about it for the 2021 Toyota Sienna. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Check out Flow Toyota of Statesville. They're providing this vehicle for today's video, and they have a huge selection of all the brand new 2021 Toyotas. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, and stay tuned for plenty more content to come. And I'll see you guys next video.